Um, Last week, some new adventurers, some old. One of you has traveled to the material plane from uh, the realms of Dread in the Shadowfell. Another one of you from a far-off world of Eberron, and our two native inhabitants of Toril and Faerun. Um, you have each come to find yourselves at the Moonstone Mask, an inn that serves the noble crust of the inhabitants of the Sword Coast in the city of Neverwinter. You guys Mavathor, you spent some time administratively in your temple had some visitors. Lilith, you had a confrontation with your father and some of your adventuring party that you were originally sent to spy upon, but became sort of entwined with them and their fates, developing a fondness of them, and attempted to help them escape Strahd's realm. And in the final confrontation with Strahd, your father beckoned you to his side. The members of your party were slain, and some of Strahd's brides adopted this strange magical quality that turned their eyes purple and caused them to gain strength so great that they were easily able to hold Strahd down and rip off one of his arms. A mysterious traveler from another dread realm appeared through a red portal and helped you defeat these powerful undead, and beckoned you to meet him at this place, the Moonstone Mask. Lepus, you spent some time traveling to the Feywild, towards the Feywild with your companion, Smelera, and you were met by an old friend, a member of the Sealy Courts, Twig, who officially discharged you from the Feywild. You are now in exile of your home, and fortunately you've made some friends along the way, so you're not completely lost, but your companion was called back to the Fey Courts to answer for his 70-year disappearance, and the two of you have been separated. You've traveled with Mavathor now to the Moonstone Mask, and Mercy, you were sent by your employers, who sometimes you work with back on your homeworld, into the Mournlands to track down a war criminal, a warforged by the name of the Lord of Blades. You found his location and discovered a group of these dead soldiers who had been excavating some strange obelisk from the ground. You disembarked your ship with your pack, and your pack was quickly torn apart by these undead entities. As you escaped back to your ship, you had a bit of a small conversation with the Lord of Blades, and a breakdown on the way back to home base, where you had a conversation with the man in charge of the Finders Guild back on Eberron, who gave you his condolences for your loss, and to take your mind off things, offered you a new mission to travel to another world and bring back another war criminal who they believe is possibly responsible for the destruction of the nation of Seer and the creation of the Mournlands, which you were hunting the Lord of Blades in. They gave you her location, and you have discovered her at this inn in this medieval land of swords and magic, a little bit lower on the technology scale of your home world. After a bit of leisurely waiting around in the Moonstone Mask, this audacious tiefling woman showed up and did a brief performance. Oh, this is like to teach you how to do dynamic lighting. And after a brief performance, we ended the session last week with this woman tossing out a pair of dice, which landed on your table, Mavathor and Lepus, on Snake Eyes, and she cast a spell as she leapt off the stage in an attacking posture at the two of you. So why don't you all select your tokens, roll initiative, and make me some DC 23 wisdom saving throws as well.
Oh.
Oh, but I got good wisdom, so we're good.
Okay.
If I remember correctly,
13.
I think I had rolled to tell that she cast Time Stop, right?
Well, I wasn't quite sure what she was going to cast, and I've sort of
Okay.
changed my mind on that. But
I need to stop hyping stuff up.
Oh wait, I get advantage on initiative.
I don't have my.
Anyway.
I forgot to transfer over all my Dungeon Master hotkeys. How do I? I guess I manually have to add a turn. I haven't manually added creatures to turn orders in a very long time. Windfall.
Wait, okay,
where is your initiative?
I have a question. Is this are we about to be affected by a charm spell?
That is true. I would like to know that.
Yeah, I would say that it is a charm spell.
Okay.
Anyone within
The effect
30 feet
the
me
effect of
has
it would be
advantage,
charmed. Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
and anyone
cool.
within a
I
30
make
feet
my
radius of
statement.
me has advantage, and I automatically succeed because I am immune to charmed.
Sorry, I just gotta. Maybe that'll. No, that doesn't do it. Oh, well, I'll figure. I'll add my. I gotta add my DM hotkeys in here.
You said we get advantage if we're within 30 feet of you?
Yep.
Well, I got a 20, but that still doesn't meet the DC.
Oh.
I think he said
was
it's
close.
23, right?
Yeah, it was
23. DC 23. Yeah, wisdom saving throw.
Yep.
You guys see flash in the air, sort of like a. It's kind of like a what are they called? A slot machine. You see like a slot machine appear in the air and like explode with coins, and if you rolled under 23, you are incapacitated and have a speed of 0, and you're considered charmed. You are under the effects of a hypnotic pattern spell. If you're over 23, you're fine. Nothing happened. Mavathor, you can also give me a perception check with advantage.
Okay.
You notice.
Hell yeah.
You notice that there are these faint motes of infernal energy, actually, in 4 points in the room of the lounge here, and you spot the source of these little spots of energy, and you can see just the slightest hint of like infernal energy embedded in the walls, like someone has inscribed infernal runes in around this square here. Most of the other patrons in the common room here seem to have all failed their saving throws as well. And back in the back corner beside you, I guess I should roll an initiative for Cass here because he's actually a person that will help you. Add
Is he our ally?
you know.
If he's our ally, he gets a +5 to his initiative. from my
Oh,
Aura of
nice.
Sentinel.
All right, he considers you an ally for now, I guess. So we'll say
Okay.
we'll say sure.
I hope this doesn't bite me in the ass.
Let's see. Okay, 13 plus 5. Sorry, usually I can get turn orders together a lot quicker, but I gotta put my DM stuff in here. I forgot to transfer it over from the old module. Lepus, go ahead. You are up.
Oh God. Okay.
Sorry, real quick, Ryan.
Yeah.
My initiative, I get advantage on initiative, so mine should be 21. Actually.
Oh, okay, no problem. So Mercy, why don't you go ahead? You probably have a higher dex than Lepus, so.
Yeah.
Yeah. I am charmed though.
Oh,
correct?
yeah, incapacitated. So
Incapacitated?
at the end of your turn, you can. Oh, actually, somebody has to shake you out of your stupor. So you're affected until you take damage, or someone else uses their action to shake you out of your stupor. So currently, you're incapacitated. Yeah, you're kind of watching this.
Cool.
Watching this unfold. You see the target of your the clear target of your current mission jump off the stage after singing this song to the crowd. She casts a spell and instantaneously places you under the effects of some magic that holds you in place in your seat there.
Wonderful introduction for the character.
She's currently just catatonic.
So your
Her
streak of
seat
helplessness, your streak of feeling a little helpless continues probably. Just driving you. I'm just driving you deeper into a depression here. Okay.
You really are.
Which will just make victory, feel that much more satisfying. So Lepus, why don't you go ahead?
Okay. So
Sorry,
Windfall
Mercy.
is right there, or did they actually jump?
She's like on the edge of the stage, so she's like in the air,
Okay. So Lev is going to face step right next to her. And since he is of the, I think it's the summer thing, so she needs to make. Oh no, I think she just takes fire damage. So I think she should take fire damage. I don't know if there's a wisdom save or not.
That's all right.
It doesn't say so.
I don't think it.
All right. Yeah, you
Yeah.
face step right up beside her.
Yeah,
She's like lunging off the stage.
yeah, and he looks at her and he's just like, "Wait, stop! We don't have to do this. I know who you are. We don't have to do this." And he's gonna cast polymorph on her.
All right.
Well, I hope he does. Every time he's cast this, it hasn't worked. So it's a DC 18.
Wisdom.
Yes.
Okay. What does she change into?
She changes into a little white bunny.
Aww.
Yay, and her concentration is broken. Woohoo.
Oh, which would
Oh,
Stop
release you, Mercy.
Yep, you just planted a rabbit in front of a starving wolf.
Alright. Anything else, Lep?
no, that's it.
Right. Cass is like, kind of shielding the woman he was enchanting over in the chair, and he's like petting her hair. He says, "It's going to be okay. Don't worry." And
Oh my God, we're all good with
all right, Windfall. How can she get out of this? Slep? How, does she's just a rabbit until until what happens?
Till she.
I'm trying to look.
Reduced to 0 as whatever you turned her into.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like I should have a.
Well, unless if my concentration is broken. So.
I feel like I should have a rabbit in the compendium, but I just don't. For some reason, I gotta update my just normal creature codex as well. But as a rabbit, she sort of lands on the table here, and she does like a little kick off Mavathor, and then bounces back over to you, and she's going to try and just kick you as a bunny She's feisty no matter what she gets transformed into, and so she's just going to try and break your concentration here with a little rabbit kick.
Okay.
So she misses your armor class, and she just kind of bounces off you, and she's just running around at your feet now, scurrying around between your legs as a little white rabbit. Mavathor, go ahead.
Yes, I imagine Mausoleum had like a drink in his hand, and since the hypnotic pattern didn't work on him, he's just going to calmly lay his drink down and stand up and, do a little crack of his neck before his crown starts to glow as he focuses on the now rabbit windfall as he casts Dominate Monster on it.
Right. She probably has to use like the bunny's
Wisdom should be
Yeah.
right?
10 flat.
I'm pretty sure
usually.
she keep the mental stats.
No,
So-
mental stats go away with a polymorph.
Oh, okay.
All right. Dominate monster.
So even if she gets knocked back out, she's still dominated by him.
All right. What is that? Just kind of freeze her in place, basically?
Yeah, he's gonna hold her there for. I should probably just add the spell to my spell list so I can easily
Click it.
click it. Yeah.
We're in the high level spells now, so I don't know them all, off the top of my head as well as I do the mid to low
Yeah.
and low range stuff.
So I'll just there. Wall of text, great. Thanks.
Yeah, that's how they are. So you can make her do like stuff that doesn't harm her, basically, right?
Yeah.
Okie dokie. Anything else, Mavathor? This is really humiliating for her, by the way.
No.
She's a fucking rabbit. You can't do anything.
She's supposed to do the tricks to you,
Exactly.
Yeah. He'll just sit back down and roll his eyes and say, "Oh, it's always the tricky devils who try this stuff. I'll have to keep a closer eye on her
Yep.
when this is over."
Lilith, what would you like to do?
Okay, Lilith's gonna try and do something very badass. First of all, she's gonna turn to Cass and be like, "Is this one trouble? Should I attack her?"
You have he says every time I think that I've met every woman that exists, I meet a new one I've never seen before. I don't know.
Okay, but you're not helpful, so I'm just going to attack this bitch. And then she's gonna jump onto the ceiling, run 30 feet, and then Misty step the other 30 feet to the table.
Nice.
She's going to... Well, first of all, both Lep and Mavathar, you guys have her aura of protection and courage. So you guys get a +5 to your saving throw, or sorry, +4 to your saving throws. And you also cannot be frightened while I'm conscious. And this is just when you guys are within 10 feet of me. And then she's going to pick up her crossbow. I know that this is probably going to be at disadvantage because she's close, right?
Within 5 feet. Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
But I don't know. Does dominate
Oh,
monster?
you know what?
Does that make her? She's not paralyzed, right?
No, she's
Just charmed by
currently
you.
just
Okay.
yeah.
She also has her swords, so I might just have her use her swords. Let's do that. She's going to take 2 strikes with her swords. With Divine Smite.
Oof.
Oh,
I'm sorry if I just broke your your spell.
Oh, you probably broke polymorph, but
yeah.
she gets a save every time she takes damage, so she gets 2 wisdom saves.
Right. So that is. Oh my god, so much math. 29, 36, 38, 50 points of damage.
Oh,
And
Cause she can make wisdom saves when she takes damage. Okay, I see.
Yeah, she 2 of them. So
wait a minute. I think I did the math wrong. I need my calculator. This is too much damage for me.
I always have a calculator.
Are you adding up all those numbers?
Yeah.
58. 64.
Okay, so 41 points of radiant damage.
79.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Thank you. Okay, 53 of that is radiant damage.
Alright. Your DC spell save DC is 19, Mavathor. Okay, so she does save out of your spell.
Oh, darn. Okay.
Good. And then after she takes those massive attacks, she's gonna wink at Mavathor, and then she's gonna stab her one more time with her +1 dagger. Oh wait, take off Divine Smite. I'm not gonna smite with that.
So 7 more piercing?
Yeah, 7 more piercing.
Alright.
And that'll be her turn.
Running over the walls and Misty stepping over, you come down on the table and
Oh, and then could she, as an object interaction, I don't know if you'll count this as an object interaction, can she whistle for fangs to follow her?
oh yeah, I forgot to make a fangs for you.
It's okay.
Yeah. Let me just pop at least a representation of fangs.
I imagine Lev was going to pick her up and then just wins back as all that damage happened.
Just gonna make fangs smaller than they are for now.
Good. You know what? She's good. She's good. I would imagine she's probably a little bit smaller than a direwolf, anyways.
Once Windfall returns to her normal form after she breaks out of her domination from you, Mavathor, after your turn, Lilith, she says, "Oh well, you're not who I came here to kill, but I suppose that I could make a little extra stop along the way." And
I'd like to see you try.
she kind of flares out with multicolored flames, and I need you to make a DC 23 Dex save for me.
Okay.
You also have +6 from Mavathor.
Thank you. Yeah, that's not gonna be enough.
Oh.
And as she sort of whirls, sparks are kind of jolt out from the ends of the tassels of her overcoat, and they shock you for 31 points of lightning damage.
It was like a tickle.
And Mercy, you have your faculties. You can act as you will.
Can you remind me, was I told to bring her in alive?
It's usually preferable, but it wasn't, I don't think, expressly discussed.
Okay. Good to know.
You usually get paid more for alive.
Fair enough. So Mercy is going to draw her blades and move up as well. Giving Fang a sort of little nod, like, excuse me.
Thing.
And she
She let you do your thing.
yeah, recognize. She's going to take her attacks. And I get a lot of fun stuff here. Because she hasn't gone yet in this turn.
Who hasn't gone yet?
Windfall.
Yeah, she's gone.
I
mean, she's had turns in the turn order.
Okay, I wasn't sure if that meant like in general or just on that round. Okay.
Well, click the ability and I'll tell you.
Well,
usually when it's
on my weapon.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah. Let me. What is it? Usually when Steph says. Usually when Steph says on creatures that haven't gone yet, it just means in the combat.
Okay.
But let me double check the language because it could be a me problem. So I want to make sure that you know how to use your weapons and I know how to use your weapons. So let me just look real quick. That has not yet gone in the turn order. So they have had a turn. Yeah. So it's
Okay.
it's kind of like a stolen from like the assassinate feature from the rogue. It's like something that hasn't acted at all yet.
Okay.
Yeah. Hence the name, First Blood.
Okay. She's going to use her fancy sword first then. Which is... Last mistake.
She's still twirling there with the electricity sort of sparking off her coat. Your first strike misses.
Okay. Then I'm going to try another attack with the dagger this time. First Blood.
First Blood hits for sure.
Cool. So there is that, and I have an ability that adds damage if they are below their max HP.
They are below their max, yes. Nice.
Cool.
Another 18 total, okay.
I think that's all I can do, or all I'm going to do right now.
She kind of, you hear her sigh and she says, I was really only trying to kill 2 people today. I have a meeting in an hour, and,
Who did such for you?
Lepis, go ahead.
Well, I'm sorry that we interrupted your meeting, but why are you trying to...
Actually, at the end of your turn, Mercy, she does like a little cartwheel off the table, and she will move her speed without provoking opportunity attacks. So she's going to move here onto the stairs.
Does she? Because my sword says enemies can't disengage without opportunity attacks.
It's one of her abilities. So,
okay.
I guess maybe your ability and her ability will cancel each other out, and you can make an opportunity attack. But she has a legendary action called Deft Dance, and she can move on her speed without provoking attacks. But I think for you specifically, you can take yours.
Yay!
And 19 does hit. As she tumbles away.
And that is going to be...
You strike her for another 16. Oof.
Yeah, and I believe I can only use that extra attack once a turn? Yes.
All right. Lepis, as she tumbles away from you, what would you like to do?
Lep is gonna race after and say, "Wait, I wasn't done talking to you. I have more questions." And he's gonna follow her and cast Blight at 7th level. So then
Ouch.
it'd be a DC 18 Constitution save.
That
Oh,
hurt.
that damage is so bad.
Okay,
Oh,
but
3
that's
ones.
still a lot of damage.
Windfall rolls a 19.
Oh, yeah, that's
She takes half, 15.
Yeah.
Yes.
24
Yes.
necrotic. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he says, if you would stop, we could talk.
She says, there's not really much to talk about. You and your friends killed someone I love, and I've always lived by that old expression, an eye for an eye. I plan to take
Who
all
do-
4 of yours. 8,
Oh,
I guess.
I thought I only had 2 eyes, but okay. And,
Well, I've already got 2 of them, and she pulls out Sylvie's windpipe and blows on it.
oh. I'm just gonna say Lep is stunned for a turn. I don't know. Yeah.
You hear Lep from the corner. How's it going over there? Windfall, she begins to do a bit of another a twirl as she spins. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Mavathor, you're just out of range, but Mercy, Lilith, and Lepus, I need you all to make DC 23 Constitution saving throws for me.
Can I counterspell this?
It is a innate ability, not a spell.
Aw, damn it. Okay.
As she spins around, an overwhelming array of colors begin to sort of emanate from her coat. She becomes like a blur of chromatic dragon colors as she spins around. Okay, Mercy and Lilith, you are both stunned until
They
the
have +6 from Mavathor, and I believe Mercy has +4 from Lilith, so
Mhm.
she has a 24 and a
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. 6.
31.
So you guys are rolling with +10 on your saves right now?
uh-huh.
Okay, +10 on your saves. Okay. Then you guys are good. Lepus? Oh, you rolled a 5. You are not good.
Yeah.
So you are
Oh, no.
already stunned, so it's okay. Since you
even
are
more stunned.
since you are the one of the 2 current objects of her affection, she's going to
Aw.
swing her chromatic rapier out of her blur of colors at you a couple of times. And so her first strike hits you for 32 total damage. 20 of it is cold. Her second strike hits you for a total of 42 damage. 27 of it
Ooh.
is poison. And I need you to make a another Wisdom saving throw, DC 23.
Okay. It was 42 and
32.
42 damage.
32
Oh,
and 40. 32 and 42.
32 and 42. Okay. I will make that wisdom save.
Okay, you,
23.
you take half of this.
Uh-oh, that's a lot of cards.
And she says, as you take the psychic damage, hurts, doesn't it? Losing the ones you love. And she sort of like whispers that in your ear as she stops spinning in a blur of colors. So 15 psychic as well.
Okay.
And Mavathor, you're up.
Okay. Yeah, he'll look at one of the weapons that Lilith is carrying and says, "That's a very interesting weapon you've got there." And he'll reach out and touch the hilt of it as he uses his gift of the chromatic dragon as it starts to drip this noxious smelling poison.
Awesome.
And he'll turn his attention to Windfall.
How much
Let's see.
extra damage does that give?
It's a
Yeah.
D4. of poison
Oh,
damage.
okay, nice.
And I'll look towards Windfall and I'll cast Hold Person on her. And he'll use one of the charges of his Amulet of the Devout to give her disadvantage on her save.
She's going to use a legendary resistance and choose to succeed.
Okay. I got plenty more spell slots where that came from.
I'm not going to roll it. She's just going to use one.
Alright. Yeah, that's the end of this turn.
Alright. At the end of your turn, Mavathor, she's going to force you to make another DC 23 dexterity saving throw there, Lep.
Okay. That team. Oh no, he fails. Automatically. Stunned.
You take 36 acid damage. As,
Okay.
she hawks like an acidic loogie in your face.
Nasty.
She gives you the hawk too, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Lilith, you're up.
Alright, Lilith's gonna run over to her. And she's gonna... We're cool with doing a cantrip and an attack for the extra attack, right?
I think it's fine. A cantrip is fine, but a
Okay.
action spell, I don't think so, yeah.
Alright. So...
And the
she's
reason
gonna
is,
run-
do you understand the reason why?
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
it kind of fucks up the action economy for everyone, you know?
Yeah, I got you. She's going to turn to Windfall, and she's gonna say, I think I just heard the innkeeper call for you. She says she needs her mop back. And she's gonna cast Vicious Mockery. And it is... Forget about the poison. It's a DC 17 Wisdom save, and then she takes 9 psychic damage if she fails.
What's the other... I always forget the other...
Disadvantage on her next attack roll.
Next attack roll, okay, yeah. She does
Yeah.
fail, so she'll take that psychic damage.
I really got to her.
Yeah.
And then she's gonna use her...
I pay people to do my cleaning for me. I'm gonna get stuck in Barovian. I know it for most of this campaign. I'm gonna be stuck in Barovian.
Does an 18 hit?
18 does not hit. Just
18,
shy.
okay. Alright. Well... I think she is going to... She's gonna try and attack again with her +1 dagger. 19?
19 does hit, yes. Good.
Okay. 5 piercing.
It all counts. At the end of your turn, she is going to force you to make a DC 23 dexterity saving throw there, Lilith.
Alright.
Is she... She slaps you across the face for 12 fire damage, and she says, "Nobody makes me clean."
This just goes... The fucking bitch.
Mercy, you're up.
So she keeps talking about losing people she loved,
Uh-huh.
and Mercy's still kind of raw from something like that, so you're going to see her lip curl back in a snarl, and the fur start to sprout along her body as she's going to shift. Which gives me temp HP.
I don't know if you ever dropped one. Do you have like what's Mercy looking like when she shifts into her animalistic form?
She looks okay, odd reference. Has anyone seen Underworld?
Yes.
Just the first one,
I
I think.
love
It's been a long time.
Good movies.
Yes, she's going to sort of resemble those. She's going to be a bipedal, very wolf-like form, and her fur is going to match her hair. It's going to be jet black, but with those undertones of the shock silver. And as
Oh,
she
yeah.
shifts,
Mhm.
you notice her one sword begins to emit a blue, almost flame-like glow. And she is going to run over, and she can make it there. So how do you handle flanking?
No, there's no flanking rules. There's no bonuses.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good to know. But she's going to do like she did before and take an attack with the now glowing blade. Which does nothing again. And then her dagger. That will.
That will for sure. Yeah.
And then the extra d8.
10 total. Leap over the banister behind Windfall and you stick your dagger into her back.
She's just going to lean in and snarl, showing off those very large canines. You talk about losing loved ones. Your life will help pay for mine.
Lepus.
He is out of stun at the end of his turn, I believe.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh no.
Well, no, you can be you can be unstunned if you want. It's okay. You can take a turn.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, he like shakily takes a step back. Well, not like 5 feet back. And he just places a hand on himself as he casts heal.
Oof.
And he will get 70 hit points back. And he will look at it and say, I know what it's like to lose those you love. And he's gonna face step back here. And not stood.
Okay, that was the top of the. Okay, yeah, we're in the top of a new round. Okay, cool. After you move, she is going to force you, Mercy, to make a dexterity saving throw.
Bless you.
Oh, thanks.
How?
She sort of reaches her hand out and she burns a patch of your fur for 26 fire damage. She says, I've always hated the smell of dogs. And, Cass kind of comes up one side and is kind of watching you guys. He says, you guys probably have this, I think.
You're a piece of shit.
It's going pretty well.
Go back to your girl.
Let's see if I get a recharge here on her bonus action. Alright. She spins again in another blur of color. I guess with a plus 10 Lepus, and then Lilith and Mercy, the two of you, all as well. All three of you guys need to make DC 23 con saves for me.
Okay.
Nope. I'm really like shit.
24.
23?
Okay, 22.
Well, I think it's right now. It's just Lepus with the +10. I think
Oh.
you two might have you two might have +6 or whatever, right? From Lilith.
Lilith has +10.
Oh, okay. Is Mercy
And-
within
Yeah, that still doesn't.
No, Mercy's just out of range.
one square
Yeah.
away? Okay.
Yeah.
14 and 12. Okay, so until the start of Windfall's next turn, Lilith and Mercy, you two are stunned. I guess you are +10 is good for you, Lep, so you're good. But you two are stunned until the start of Windfall's next turn.
Okay.
She then turns. I guess since you guys are stunned, she's just going to continue to hound Lepus. So she tumbles over the table and moves to here, and she's going to swing twice at you with her rapier there, Lep. Does 23 hit you now? Is that
Yeah,
okay?
that always hits.
First attack hits for 20. Well, it doesn't hit Mavathor, but I just wasn't
well,
sure what you're.
Mavathor's Mavathor. We know.
Yeah. So 25 for the first attack, 15 of which her Scimitar crackles with lightning for 15 of it. And the second attack is a 26 to hit for a total of
hits.
18. And you get some poison in with that strike. So 17 poison, 15 cold. 10, 20, 30, 40. 53 total. And I need you to make a 53 total
52.
damage. 52, 53, 25. I need a calculator too. 10, 20,
Yeah, wait.
30,
I heard 52 and then 18. So
10, 20, 30, 40, 48. 53 total. 53 total damage from those two attacks.
53 total. Okay.
And I need you to make a DC 23 wisdom save for me.
There's a nat 20,
It
30.
saves. You just take half of this damage, and you do not suffer the extra effect. So just 20 more psychic as well.
Oh, he's so low.
And Mavathor.
All right. He's gonna have a repeat, and he's gonna use another charge on his Amulet of the Devout, or no, Righteous, to impose disadvantage and cast Hold Person on her again.
All right. Disadvantage wisdom.
Yes.
Okay, she's going to burn her second legendary resistance and choose to succeed.
All right. And we'll just say he used Embodiment of the Law to cast that as a bonus action. So as his action, he's going to use Channel Divinity. So she needs to make another Wisdom save.
18.
She fails.
What happens on your channel divinity?
She's charmed until my next turn, and as part of that charm, she also has to drop her weapon.
I think she can use 2 in a row, can't she? There's no
I mean, she can,
specification.
She can, but she's just gonna get
Well,
a person.
she's got one of her targets on at the edge, so I'm trying to think of like what Windfall would do, and I think she would burn it. So I think she's gonna burn that third one and keep her weapon. Yeah.
Mhm.
Now she's vulnerable to Mavathor.
Yeah, that'll be the end of his turn.
At the end of your turn, I need you to make a DC 23 Dexterity saving for me, Lep.
Okay. That's 10. He has 4 hit points.
So you are knocked unconscious. You feel Windfall punch you in the jaw with a crackle of electricity, and you fall to the floorboards of the Moonstone Mask. Lilith.
I'm stunned.
Oh yeah, that's right. You're stunned. Well, yeah, you are stunned until her turn. Sorry. Mercy, you're stunned. Lepus, make a death save.
Okay.
No.
Privately or public?
Let's go with private.
Ooh, okay.
Ooh.
Yeah, I'll let you know.
It'll come to me. It'll show me what it is.
Oh yeah.
Okay, Windfall. She sticks her rapier into Lep's belly while he lays on the ground. Makes you fail 2 more death saving throws. And then she turns and looks up at you, Mavathor, and she says, 2 more eyeballs to go. And she takes a step forward and she makes an attack with her rapier. 30 to hit.
That does it.
15 piercing, and you feel some cold energy charge down through her blade for 21 cold. So 36 total damage.
Okay.
And give me a dex saving throw. Alright, you take also 21 psychic damage.
Okay.
And it's your turn, Mavathor.
Yeah, he's gonna do what I did before and use his Amulet of the Righteous to cast Hold Person on her. She has disadvantage on her save.
She fails.
And yeah, he casts that as a bonus action, so he's gonna say, well. This was fun while it lasted. And, he'll, clack the blades on his new gauntlet and take a swing at her with it.
Hell yeah.
What is the damage baseline for the gauntlet? Because it doesn't say what it is on the description.
Oh. Must have missed that. Let me see.
Yeah, doesn't. It just says the part about the smite. It doesn't say what the damage is.
So I think it's well, it says an additional 2d6 fire damage.
So well, yeah, but that's the Wrathful Smite. Doesn't it do more?
When you hit a creature with the gauntlet, I guess it would be like a D8, I guess.
Okay. Yeah, he'll take a swing at her. I don't have this set it properly, so it should be plus 11 to hit, but he has advantage. So 28 to hit.
Yeah, for sure.
And it's an auto crit. So let's see, it's a
D8 plus 2d8 plus 46, right?
Yeah, 2d8 plus 46 plus his divine strike. So it's another 2d8. So 48 plus 46. So he crits her for 36 points of damage.
Is this one like Hold Monster where she can make saves if you do damage to her?
She can make a save at the end of its turn.
Okay. Lilith, you are no longer stunned.
Okay. So she's gotta go over to this bitch. And she's just gonna start going at her. Okay.
You have advantage, not that it matters, but
Okay, well, let's see if I crit.
I mean, you
No, I
crit because she's paralyzed.
True.
Yeah.
Alright.
Just roll your damage twice. Make two damage rolls.
Oh, alright. Okay,
Oh.
that's a lot of damage. Alright.
But wouldn't it be four? Four, because she hit
Yeah,
twice.
because I can extra attack, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, if you're gonna do 2 attacks on her, yeah, roll your damage 4 times.
Oh my god.
Is she dead?
I don't know. It's gonna be close. We gotta do the math.
Alright.
9.
Not the bath.
No.
97 of the first number. 20, 31, 43 again. So 43 and what I say, 87?
I got
140.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, normally, I'm kind of like, just me personally, I'm a little wiped out, so I'm just not interested in adding damage dice totals this week. But normally I'm on top of it. I just can't even look at it.
We'll take
I'm,
care of
I'm
it.
one of those people that can do big math in my head.
Yeah. Normally I can add it pretty quickly, but in my head too. But I'm just like, nah,
Yeah,
I
it's
can't.
tired.
Tonight I can't do
It's
it.
tiring.
Yeah,
It is, yeah.
I can't tonight. So what's the total? Sorry.
140.
140.
Okay, 140. Yeah. Windfall, her rapier tumbles onto the wood planks, and the loud thud. The hilt kind of hits the ground, and she falls back.
Well, that was annoying.
I'll be sure to
You
take
guys
this
see,
up with the management once they get into the back to the Avernus.
You guys see the four infernal runes spark up, and one by one they burst into flame and begin to glow red, and this red portal opens up. A red flaming portal opens up around Windfall, and she falls into it and disappears.
Well, I've never seen that happen before.
That's unfortunate. He'll take a quick look at the glyphs that were there. Does he know where those would have gone to?
I would say you could make an Arcana check with advantage.
Okay.
Is Mercy free from the stun?
Yeah, you're no longer paralyzed. Yeah. Technically, we're out of combat as well. You read the runes, Mavithor, and you think that they portal center to some place in Avernus you are unfamiliar with, or that you haven't been to. She did mention she has a casino down there in your new in the new lands you lord over.
Yeah.
Whenever she disappears, you're just gonna hear Mercy snarl again and just fuck.
Are you okay?
Considering my quarry just disappeared on me? Fantastic. Thank you.
Okay.
And you're just gonna see her roll her neck as the fur recedes and she sheathes her blades.
Avatar will sit down and kind of wave dismissively, like, she's in Avernus somewhere.
Her head's just gonna snap over to you. You know where she went?
Yeah, she went to my own lair of the Nine Hells.
Interesting. So you are an archfiend then?
Indeed, Mavithor. Pleasure to meet such capable fighters.
Lilith. And this is Fangs.
Oh yeah, as they're talking, Mavithor just kind of like looks over the table and is like, oh yeah, that's Lep, as he casts a healing word on him.
Well, Lepus is currently
dead.
suffering
He's
from
dead.
the condition of deceased. Yes.
Oh yeah, that's right. I
I
believe Mavithor still has some of the diamond he had from before this campaign. So yeah, he'll cast resurrection on Lep.
Lepus, roll a d100 for me.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's Lep. He's
37.
He's very dead right now, but that happens sometimes. Actually, it happens way more often than you think it would. But
In the liminal space between life and death, is there anything that you would like to learn about being a cleric of Lathander?
Uh, wait, what?
Well, as you're like in the darkness of dead space, you can sort of see this like light off in the distance, and you hear these angelic voices, and you hear like a deep, resonant voice say, "Ugh, that was a tough one, pal. Are you sure? Are you sure you tried your best?"
I hope so.
And then I guess you get pulled back to the land of the living. You feel some breath draw in. Your vision's kind of blurry. I'm gonna say that you have like a one level of exhaustion here that's gonna last for 7 days.
Okay.
But then you can sort of hear the muffled voices of Mavathor speaking to some of these new figures who helped in the combat encounter with this person that's disappeared into a flaming portal. Cass is kind of sauntered up. He hears heavy steps on the woodwork, and he says, "Oh, I was just about to offer my assistance for your friend, for your friend here. He's having a rough time, buddy." He kind of kneels down and grabs your armor by the neck and like lifts you up onto your feet with one arm.
Oh,
Pat you on the shoulder. Oh, that's a hard blow.
Well,
That was a feisty woman. I kind of liked her.
You're like all women.
That's probably true.
Mavathor will take a step forward and says, "I don't believe we've been introduced. You are."
Well, my name is Cass, and I had arranged to meet a man here, but always excitement when I come to the city of Neverwinter.
He thinks for a moment. He says, "Cass. Cass, that name sounds familiar."
That's a common name where I'm from.
Yes, but your accent is a little strange for, well, most of the Sword Coast, so.
Oh, I like to travel, see the world, get around. I'm a cultured, you could say. That was a good fight, though. You guys did a good job. That's pretty impressive. Yes, as I said, my name is Cass. I've actually met your friend there, Lilith, over there before. We come from sort of the same part of the world,
Hope we do not come from the same part of the world.
She's a little less traveled than me, but how are you enjoying Neverwinter so far, Lilith? The light of day is a majestic thing to experience. No.
Yes, it is. I'd much rather be here without you, though.
Oh, we don't have to have this contentious relationship. I, asked you to come here if you wanted to. You accepted. I don't need all the attitude from you.
Are you two like a divorced couple or something? There's some tension here that I'm seeing.
No, just
and
neighbors.
I don't know why.
Just neighbors. I know her father for some time.
Oh.
She gives him a death glare.
Oh, sorry.
While this is
Sensitive
going on,
subject.
can Mercy just kind of come up behind them?
Sure.
Just point of note, how tall is Lepus?
Oh, he's short. Let me get his actual height. He's pretty short. He's like 5'4".
Okay. From behind, you're just gonna feel a very large hand on your shoulder, and she's just gonna say, "I hope you don't mind." And she's going to cast Mend on him at 3rd level.
Oh. Thank
Not
you.
much, but enough to get you moving.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you, stranger. Tall stranger.
She'll
I'm
just
left.
nod and then look back over at Mavathor. Sorry, were you saying something? Didn't mean to cut you off.
Oh, you just
No,
said
no. Oh, go ahead.
She's just gonna look at Mavathor and what would it take to get you to take me to where she went?
Oh, well, seeing as I'm the Archduke of Avernus, not much. Admittedly, I'm not 100% where Casino currently is, but it's nothing I can't really find out.
There's a casino in Avernus?
Oh no.
Those are fun. They have some in the Feywild.
I need to find her.
You don't mind me
Will you
asking,
help
what's
me?
your particular, shall we say, interest in this woman?
She's a mark.
Hmm.
What's that?
Oh, so you're a bounty hunter.
In a sense, yes.
Mm.
Well, I don't suppose we couldn't take a trip down to Avernus at some point, but me and Lapierre came to meet with one of the officials.
Well, yeah, but that sounds kind of boring. Avernus is fun.
You died multiple times while you were there.
Yeah, but like, I found my
It
best
was
friend, and we
fun.
we saved an angel, and we fought like an archdevil.
And then you were subsequently exiled from the Feywilds.
Well, you don't gotta tell that to these people.
They would have
Well,
found out
it just
eventually.
Mercy's
goes. He just did.
Never thought.
Mercy's just gonna move that hand from Lepus's shoulder to just kind of vaguely rest in front of his mouth to
How
kind
does
of
this always
quiet
happen
him
to
for a
me?
moment.
Mm.
I do not ask a favor for free. If you will take me to her so that I may complete my bounty, I will repay you in kind.
Yeah. I imagine she probably went to her casino, but with her attacking me, he like reaches into one of his pockets and pulls out the infernal contract they signed. He'll rip it in half and says, "This is now void, so now I can go tell the pit fiends to go turn that casino into ashes."
Hmm.
I still need at least a body or something to prove her death.
You charge remains count?
Works for me. I'm not particular.
I guess her rapier would probably still be there on the floor.
Oh yeah, he'll lean down and pick it up and says, "This looks nice. It's not my style, but it's really nice. Anyone want it?"
Lev raises his hand.
Should look. As if saying, "Put your hand down right now."
He puts his hand down.
Nah, I could take a look at it.
He'll, flip it around and hand the handle over to her.
Maybe I'll hang on to it for a little bit.
Yeah, the rapier is it looks like a fairly standard normal. There's nothing super fancy about it. The only thing that you notice is that the blade itself, as you sort of turn it in the light, you can see the blade sort of is multicolored. The steel, it sort of changes colors in the light of the moon's mask.
Interesting.
And I guess she had Sylvie's pipes in her other hand, so those would have tumbled out onto the floor as well. So those were also left behind.
Mm.
Lep holds out his hand towards them, but he can't move.
Lilith picks it up for him.
He like holds it to his chest and tries to speak, but it is muffled.
Was that yours at one point?
Yeah, it
Yeah.
was. I mean, it was our friends at some point, but sounds like Windfall dispatched her. Yeah, she didn't show any evidence of what happened to Krayley.
Well, I'm sorry for your loss.
Well, us becoming the heroes of Elturelm would have inevitably drawn attention to us.
Yeah, that's for a fact.
From the entrance that you guys came in from, you hear the heavy footfalls of 4 armored guards that are flanked by 2 sort of robed, wizardly-looking fellows, and as they step up onto the entrance of the Moonstone Mask here, one of the guards just kind of calls out, "Okay, everyone, I'm sorry to say the Moonstone Mask is closed for the remainder of the evening for a private affair. I'm going to have to ask you all to leave calmly. You can return to your leisure tomorrow." And everyone in the inn sort of starts to sort of make their way out. And then a sort of man in his late 40s, in some very regal-looking clothing. He's got like this sort of emerald green tunic that's gold-threaded, and a bright blue cape that is clasped with like a big gold necklace with these large rubies on it. Walks in past the guards, and he looks around, and he spots you, Mavathor, and Lepus, and he says, "Oh, greetings, my heroic friends. I'm so glad you came. I apologize for my tardiness. I had meant to be here before you, but I was caught up with some official business."
I think you missed the fireworks, but nothing we couldn't handle.
I did hear that there was a famous performer going to be putting on a show here tonight.
Oh,
I am sorry I missed that.
yeah. So this is the part where she assaulted us
And killed me.
and killed him.
He... What now? Say what? He like looks back over at his guards, and they like kind of turn their heads away. He says, "My deepest, sincerest apologies. As the Lord Protector of the city, I make it
Mercy's
my..."
just rolling her eyes.
But I'm glad to see that you've all survived, and it just proves to me why I asked you here in the first place. Please have a seat. Maybe we can talk. I have a request of the heroes of Elturel. I don't recognize. I had asked for all 4 of you. Are these some of your other companions that I had not heard about in your adventures down in Avernus?
I was just called here by this guy, and I point over to Cass.
You see Cass is like sliding along the banister rail, like trying to make his way out of the Moonstone Mask. He says,
He's useless.
Oh,
Pretends
right,
to do some
yes.
stretches.
Lord Neverember, I'm sorry, my name is Lord Cass. I come from a faraway land to the south. I was hoping to have a meeting with you. I don't suppose you mind if I hang around and hear your proposal for these fine people. Perhaps I could lend my assistance as well. I think that maybe
his assistance isn't very good.
We have the same vested interest in what I may have heard you might be making a request of these fine people for. Lord Neverember kind of raises an eyebrow. He says, "Well, I don't know how you would have had any of that information, but you look like a strong, capable fellow, so I'm willing to hear you out. But please, everyone, just have a seat, and I'll explain my predicament."
Mercy's just gonna lift her hand, and you'll notice that she has slight claws on the tips. And just she's gonna look over at Mavathor. If I help you, you help me.
Of course, that's how we do things in Avernus, usually. Unless your name is Windfall.
Hardly.
You own the casino.
As
But
everyone
by
sits
the
down,
way, sorry. By the way, I do owe you my name, Mercy of the Hell Rose. And I suppose I shall be joining you on this adventure.
hi Mercy.
Hello.
As as everyone sits down, Lep just gives everyone a small cup of Feywild tea.
Yeah,
Mercy's going to be standing and noticeably put her back to the wall.
He will hand you a small cup of tea with a little plate under it.
She'll just
It's
nod
good.
and thanks.
I'm afraid tea isn't really my drink, but I appreciate the gesture.
You're just like Mavathor. Oh,
Don't mind
You
Lep.
might have good taste.
He's just a bit strange.
Bleh. I can tell.
Aren't we all?
Lord Neverember says, "Well, I've been trying to keep this as quiet as I can, but there are some terrible events afoot in my city. Specifically for prominent citizens have been kidnapped in the past several days. A person by the name of Eldon Keyword, who is a highly knowledgeable scholar that specializes in the outer planes. Another person named Indrina Lamson, who's a prominent actor in the city. She moves in Neverwinter's highest social circles. A person named Sarcel. They are a sorcerer of sorts, who plumbs the mysteries of the outer planes. I'm certain that they're good companions with first missing persons, Eldon, and another fellow named Umberton Noblin, who's a historian. He's written books on various deities. These people have been kidnapped all in the night, and aside from Eldon and Sarcel, we don't believe that the victims know each other. There appears to be no deeper connections between them. I've funded divinations from the House of Knowledge, hoping to find the victims. The priests have reported that the mystical trails of the victims ends at a specific place, the Halleck's Mausoleum, near the Never Death graveyards in the city. The priests worry that their inability to see inside the mausoleum means that an unknown opponent is blocking their divinations, something quite powerful. That is why I've called upon you. The heroes of El Terrell may be the only ones capable and experienced enough to deal with this kind of power, you see. I was hoping that if you were not busy with any other business, that you could investigate these disappearances for me at the mausoleum. And in return, I can promise each of you a fine residence in my city. A home to call your own.
Anything to get away from my old home.
That'd be fun. Can we choose decorations for the homes?
Decorations?
Yeah.
I can have I can hire some people to renovate them any way you see fit.
Well-
Funded by the city, of course. If you're able to discover what has happened to these prominent citizens before word gets out that powerful and connected people are going missing.
Lep looks to
Oh.
Mavithor with those like big puppy dog eyes. Please, Mavithor, please.
Oh, I'm
I'll pass on the house.
I'm tempted to help mostly because I'm strongly against planar interference here in the material plane. Was there any specialty or expertise shared between these individuals in their studies of the outer planes?
I'm not terribly familiar of any current works that they're involved in. I'm sorry to say. Only that Eldon is just simply a scholar who specializes in knowledge of the outer planes, and Zarcella who actually explores those mysteries.
Well, he's a scholar with written records, I assume, correct? Did anyone search his residence for missing pieces?
As far as we have been able to tell, their residences mostly undisturbed. It's really the people that were the only object of whoever took them.
And I am also to assume you sent someone to investigate the mausoleum.
We have sent contingents of city guard who did not return.
Okay. Well, suppose we can help out. Seeing this is my personal charge, but I suppose I can accept a residence here in Neverwinter.
Yes.
Lord Neverember says, excellent. I would have been quite disappointed if you were unable to help me in this matter. I will be greatly indebted to you, of course, should you be able to return with the missing citizens. Hopefully they are unharmed. But as it stands, I feel the worst for them. He kind of talks about the graveyards a little bit. He just says that the Never Death graveyards contain two sprawling connected cemeteries: the main graveyard and the pauper's graveyard. There's a thick stone wall that separates the crypts of the wealthy from the graves of the poor. The main graveyard holds several mausoleums. There is an expansive underground. But really, we're only interested in the Hallex Mausoleum as it stands. Hopefully you won't have to go digging too far. But whatever it is that's blocking the divinations of the priests, we assume must be powerful indeed to stop that kind of magic from seeing within the mausoleum itself.
Yes, I assume this graveyard has dedications to one or more gods. Do you happen to know which ones those are?
I don't know that there are any particular temples. I don't believe in the graveyards dedicated to any of the gods. Gods are personal business. So those buried there, they may have connections to the gods.
See, so it's unlikely that the graveyard is consecrated.
That I would have to look into. I'm sorry to say. I typically keep my attention directed to the living, not the dead.
Well, Unfortunately for me, it seems I've had to focus on both recently.
Well, I appreciate you all agreeing to this hands-on approach in retrieving some of our missing citizens. I would appreciate it if you kept this matter between us.
Take a look to the others and I'll just nod.
Yeah.
And he looks over at Cass and he says, and what is this common connection that you think we share? And Cass says, well, I would prefer if we could have a private conversation between lords. Sir Never Ember. Never Ember, he thinks for a moment and he says, yes, certainly I suppose I can grant you that request. And Cass gives you, Lilith, a big grin, and the rest of you. And Lord Never Ember says, well, I wish you luck on this endeavor, and I will see you when the task is completed. I'll have you brought to the keep to discuss the findings in the Mausoleum. And again, my sincerest apologies for the violence that you experienced here in my city. And
Violence is part of my day-to-day life.
possibly any future
Is that a good thing?
that you might encounter. On this mission.
Probably not.
Yeah.
Okay.
Same.
Oh.
So we'll take a little 5-minute mid-session break here before you guys head to the graveyard. How's that sound?
Okay.
Cool.
BRB.
Yeah.